Hello, everyone, and welcome to Live from Beyond. This is the second episode of Eclipse Phase Million Year Echo. If you're the kind of person that likes to know the story as it unfolds, you should check out part one on YouTube. But if you want to just dive in, well, here you are. So I'm Kevin. I'm going to be the GM tonight, and these are my players. Players, do your thing.
Hello, everybody. My name is Alex, and I'm playing Bastion, who is currently in a Nova Crab morph, trying part of this firewall mission, trying to get to the bottom of what the heck is going on in this crazy area that we're in.
All right. My name is Kim, and I am playing Piccolo, a Jovian infiltrator type. He is in a flat morph, which means he is just a regular old dude, living in his body like people are supposed to, unlike the rest of these freaks.
I'm Aaron, and I'm playing Dora, who's a Ruster morph, so she's kind of humanish, but adjusted for Mars. And she's really excited to examine this fleshy party situation we've got going on here.
All right, right. So if you guys remember from last time, you had gotten your mission. You had traveled into the TQZ, the Titan Quarantine Zone, which is a zone on Mars filled with terrible, deadly automated robots and other kinds of terrible things left over by these super AIs. Very inimical to your existence. If you get caught and infected by the viruses that are around here, it's going to be real bad. What about Nick? Sorry. You want to go, Nick?
I mean, I did. I'm not sure I want to anymore.
All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Just in case anyone out there is wondering, I'm Nick, and I will be playing Octagon, who is, a person in the game with the story that's been happening.
So glad we got you in here.
Yeah, I'm really glad I got me in here too. I'm currently in a Martian Alpiner morph, which I assume just means I'm wearing skis on my feet.
I was going to say you go skiing.
I'm not really sure what else is going on, but
Probably like a hat with a feather in it.
Yeah, almost certainly, though not a fezora.
No,
it's pretty different than that.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Nick. Sorry. Like I was saying, you guys had entered the TQZ on the trail of a scientist who was stolen. Well, I don't know. What do you guys think that she has stolen? I don't know.
Our hearts.
Oh, beautiful. She's stolen some kind of thing from the great beyond.
Right.
That's all we need to know.
Yeah.
So there are in the Eclipse Phase there are some relics left behind by these super AIs, which allow sort of instantaneous travel to faraway places. But it's kind of like Stargate, right? It only goes to one place, right? Each gate only goes to one place. Or I think you can dial in or whatever. A lot like Stargate. Anyways, people go to these other places. Usually these are ruins of other weird alien civilizations. I don't think you've ever met anybody or anything really on the other side, but occasionally, pieces are brought back. This scientist is assumed to have some kind of xeno artifact, xeno technology, something that she secreted away and has fled to this city in the Titan Quarantine Zone to presumably, I don't know, keep whatever her motives may be. And while exploring these ruins of this city in the Titan Quarantine Zone, this ruined city, you guys came across a signal. When you investigated that signal, you fell into an ambush. So, go ahead. Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I wanted to ask what part of society Firewall occupies.
Okay, right, yeah. So you guys are all Firewall agents. Firewall is a conspiracy, basically. Think like a terrorist network or something like that, organized into cells. You guys don't presumably know very many other people who are in Firewall. You are contacted by someone who handles you, and then put into groups with other people, and then afterwards, I mean, maybe the group sticks together, but often you are just sort of separated, and then you don't know a whole lot of other people, and even the people you know don't know a lot of other people. So if any particular piece of the cell or any particular cell was infected or destroyed or something like that, the organization itself would continue.
Got it. And so then I assume that we're not after this woman for like save the galaxy purposes.
No, you are.
Oh.
So Firewall's purpose is to combat existential threats to transhumanity.
Oh, all right. Well,
That's so one of the reasons why it's organized into cells and things like that is so that because the agents come into contact with these viruses and stuff like that.
all right. Bully for us.
These terrible things that could be bad, right? So if like your cell was infected by an exogenous virus or something like that, then it wouldn't infect the entire organization immediately. Stuff like that.
Cool. All right. Thank you.
Okay. So, like I said, as we left off, you guys had been exploring the ruins of the city of Quarain. Let's look over at Quarain here. As you had come back down the ladder into the comms room, several figures were standing around the room. They looked like this.
Like
tall
Sunstalkers?
black figures, yeah. Tall black figures with white masks and inky black skin. They sort of stare towards you through these white masks with big holes for the eyes, tusk-like protrusions coming out of the side of their face. You can see the air just above their skin sort of shimmers as if buzzing with almost like a cloud of insects or something. They have long hands that are jointed in strange ways, that were tipped with claws, and they sort of don't make any sudden moves. Yeah. But they are like very slowly like circling. Circling is the right word, but
1 second, I'm hearing an echo.
Yeah, I'm hearing an echo too.
Aaron, I think you got an echo going.
Aaron, are you plugged in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I think that probably fixed it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I just needed to switch over headsets because the other one had a battery in it that may or may not be leaking, so
Nice.
don't want to continue to use that.
All right.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
So do we know what these things are? Is there some way to identify them? Any way to be familiar with them?
Yeah.
Are we like
Do we
friends
recognize
with them?
They look like
you had
they're
a,
happy to see
there's
us.
certain skills if you had a skill you would want to roll. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether maybe not. I don't think
Sorry,
I have
can you just
like
remind me
knowledge
of
Martian like weirdos.
So you're not here, Nick, by the way.
Oh, I'm not here.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is the TQZ?
Mars.
All right, so it's on Mars. We have a map.
Oh,
Where's the map?
Network
guys,
ecologist.
I'm not here. I'm just gonna go. That's all right.
Yeah, I guess I have that too. Networking ecologists. I don't know if that's here.
No, networking ecologist is actually.
I'm gonna call up my buddy who might know something about this.
I have language
Right, well-
native Italian. Do they speak Italian?
Find out.
Yeah, you could try. All right, so if you look in this
It's
map,
a
Nick,
buongiorno.
Okay, I'm looking at this.
on the left side, about midway down, right above where it says Mars, there's a big white triangle. That's the TQZ. And in there, along the southern side, you can see Quarain. Quarain.
Yep,
I don't
I
know.
see it. Yep. Yeah, sure. Whatever it is. Yeah, I see it. Okay, that's where we are.
Yep.
Okay, so we're on Mars. Got it. Didn't know that.
Okay, so, all right, so like these creatures are slowly sort of stepping towards you, wary, sort of like tightening the noose.
All right. Well, I
many
guess
of
I
them?
had my. I'm fairly sure I made it clear. I had my pistol out, so I guess I'll kind of level it up and say, I think that's about far enough.
In
Okay.
which language?
Yeah.
I repeat myself in native
Is
Italian.
it in
just
Italian?
Say
Okay.
scusi.
That's a
And I do like this and point my gun at them, which I think is Italian for stop right there.
Right. So they don't seem to respond. They're sort of slowly inching their way towards you still.
Jerks.
All right, I point my my gun at like square the closest one. I say one more step, and I shoot.
You're gonna fire.
If he takes one
All
more
right.
step, sure.
All right, that's fine. So I think initiative's pretty clumsy in the system. I'll probably just have you guys go first and then have them go. Especially since you're probably all ready. If you want to take your shot there, Piccolo, you're going to roll the corresponding weapon skill. Probably kinetic weapons. Maybe you're shooting a regular pistol.
Yeah, I have a heavy pistol railgun.
Mm-hmm.
Rail 'em.
Sorry, what's the weapon skill called?
Kinetic weapons?
So No, Kim wouldn't have kinetic weapons. He'd probably have like.
I have spray
Whatever.
weapons.
Yeah,
and
kinetic weapons
regular-
is the skill.
No, I think spray weapons, right? Railgun. Railgun
think-
spray.
No,
I don't
Roguns
think
are
so.
kinetic weapons.
Yeah. Spray is
It's a
buzzer,
seven.
feeder, shard, shredder, sprayer, torch.
Yes.
Maybe I don't have a normal gun thing. I have like blades. I have spray weapons.
You
So
don't have
I
kinetic
think you can
weapons.
just use,
Don't think I have a
um,
knife.
You can just use coordination, COO. You can try to roll into that.
How does the core mechanic work again? You just roll a D100?
D100, yeah. So the core mechanic is you're trying to roll underneath your skill, right? So if you have a skill of 60,
Got it.
trying to roll under 60 up to it. If you get doubles, if you get like a 22 or a 33 or a 55, that's a critical success. The higher, the better until you go over.
Sorry, so what's the skill?
So it's kinetic
Coordination.
weapons, which the base attribute of is coordination, COO.
Alright.
You learn that instead. What are the rest of you guys doing while Piccolo was raising his pistol?
I'll draw my pistol as well, just because like these guys. I mean, if I don't know anything about them, and they don't look very friendly.
Not even
Right.
close.
And then Dora.
Yeah, Dora will also pull her pistol out.
Okay, cool. All right.
Is it like usual for people to just have a gun but no skill to use that weapon? It seems like a weird omission.
Yeah, maybe.
Unless they gave me the wrong gun. Why would I have spray weapons?
Are you good at any other kind of attacking?
Unarmed combat?
I think everybody has.
Blades? I'm like mediocre at, I guess. Alright.
Yeah, I mean, you're not
That's fine.
really very much better at spray weapons.
No, no, just an extra 10. I'm sure it would have failed regardless. It just seems weird. I guess spray weapons is for frag grenades, maybe? I don't know.
No, spray weapons is like sort of like flamethrowers and stuff like that.
Machetes and shotguns and stuff.
No,
And
not for.
for
I don't think for shotguns actually.
I have a neurochem implant.
All right, I'm gonna
Like
go.
Spray acid
So,
in their
seeing,
faces.
seeing Piccolo take a shot, I follow his lead and I say, "You guys might wanna, step back." And I like fire my my kinetic pistol.
All right, yeah. So at the first shot, they all like take a step back for a moment. As the second shot rings out, they emit
Get
like
hit.
strange noise from their mouth holes, you guess, and start to charge forward.
Oh, they get hit for 10 damage.
Okay, cool. All right. So your bullet blows through the leg of one of the creatures, and it sort of falls to the ground, where the other ones run forward with their claws sort of like outstretched. Uma is standing there, and one of the creatures sort of lunges towards her and leaps onto her, and both of them crash through a weak spot in the floor, descending out of view. All right, Dora, what are you doing?
So I guess how many of them are left and charging us?
So there's 3 left. One of them is on the floor, sort of like flopping around. You can see tendrils sort of extending from his leg, grasping at the other piece of the leg that is like half broken off on the floor.
Trying to
Attempting
repair him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. I guess I will take a shot at one of the ones who are charging.
Okay.
I hit. Okay. And then, let's see. So my thing is... Alright, so it's armor penetration minus 10. Does that matter here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure does.
Okay, so it's armor penetration minus 10. Weapon value is 2d10 plus 5.
Okay. Yeah, you hit. So roll your damage value there. 2d10 plus 5.
Alright, 17.
All right. So you put a what kind of weapon is this?
It's a shredder, so it's like throws a large cloud of diamondoid monomolecular shards at high velocities that kind of shred things.
All right. So you point your pistol at this guy who's charging towards you, and you press down the trigger, and a cone of blade shoots out, and the creature you can see cuts appear all over its body, and juice begins to run down it, and it falls to the ground clutching its face, and you can see pieces of it are falling off, but most of them sort of hang as they fall off, and ever so slightly you can see them sort of raising back up to its where they were attached before that. Okay.
They're robots.
So the last one is going to leap towards Piccolo.
Oh, dope.
Piccolo, no.
Piccolo, why don't you roll your fray skill?
You can't die.
Melee.
Do some unarmed combat. You're really good at it.
My fray. Okay.
So fray is basically your dodging ability.
Well, I actually have that one, but I
Piccolo
fail.
can die for realsies.
And I rolled
So did you
doubles. I don't know if it matters if you fail.
Yeah, it's a critical failure actually.
No.
All right. So
Piccolo,
Piccolo
we hardly
dives
need.
forward. So let me see how much. I don't remember how much. Well, pay attention to how much HP. So it dives forward towards you, and it jams its claws into your sides, and its face is right up next to you, and you can hear it scream again in victory, and you feel the wounds begin to burn in your sides as it pulls them out. As it stands up over you, you can see out of almost nowhere, it pulls out something white and begins to try to push it down onto your face. What's everybody else doing?
If it makes a difference, I have a heart disease, by the way. just want to make sure you remember that. I don't know if it matters for damage.
No, I think it's okay. So what are the rest of you guys doing? So you see this thing trying to push this white plate onto Piccolo's face.
Is it standing right near us and kind of standing still?
Yeah, basically.
So does that make it easier for me to shoot it in the back?
Sure, but also remember you have you actually have a spray weapon. Right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, but presumably if I stick the nozzle right into the thing's side and pull the trigger, it's not like it's going to spray Kim or something, right?
Well,
it's going to proceed to put all of the diamondoid monomolecular flechettes inside of this thing.
We hope.
or through it.
You'd think
Right.
so.
Well, that's why I was saying side, right?
Okay, fair enough.
Trying to.
Yeah,
so,
it's sort of it's sort of motionless.
Okay, then I got a two-step plan here.
Okay.
So one step is to shoot it, and step two is to release my Saboteur Nanoswarm into it, because I feel like this is exactly what it's designed to do.
Okay.
From reading the paragraph about Saboteur Nanoswarms in the core book 3 seconds ago.
Okay.
So,
Well done.
when we say that it's easier to do, what am I rolling for?
Okay, right. So you can take a plus 20,
Okay,
or right.
not even close.
Yeah. Okay, right. So you like you bring your pistol up, press it against its side, and you pull the trigger, but nothing happens. You can see like tendrils extending off of the creature's side, like worming their way into the guts of the pistol. And I assume you want to like let go.
I don't know. I'll try to pull it away.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Yeah, why don't you just give me a simple strength test? You can take a plus 30. It shouldn't be that hard.
All right.
Sorry, that's somatics, not strength. That's
Okay.
fine.
I'd like to take an action.
Yeah, you'll win it.
It doesn't make it.
All right, yeah. So you try to pull the pistol away, and you manage to do so, but like the front end of the pistol like breaks off in this creature's side, and you can see it like begin to sink into its black, glossy black flesh. All right, Bastion.
All right. Bastion, seeing that Piccolo's in trouble and knowing his deep, dark secrets, Bastion runs over and he sees the situation, doesn't know if he can get like a clear shot at this thing. He on the run sheaths his gun and then goes for a full-on melee attack.
Okay.
His sweet-ass beak.
What do you mean pincers? You're a
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah.
I mean, whatever.
He's an octopus.
Okay, no,
I'm one inside the other.
you're an octopus inside a crab, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got you. Boom. Take that, evil door.
All right.
Pincer
So you got
attack.
what, an 8 or 25?
25.
Okay, yeah. All right, it rolls under you. Okay, so you're just trying to hit it with your claws.
Yeah. Or
Alright,
push
you
it away
bring-
from. Push it
Okay,
off.
yeah. So you
That doesn't
barrel into it,
stab
you
him.
slam it with the claw, and get like a good snip off on it, which sort of like snips it right under the underarm.
Need a hand.
And it like grips its wound. You can see its fingers like sort of flowing into its side. Piccolo, you are there. This white plate has been pressed onto your face, and you are like trying to pull it off, but it seems to be trying to adhere itself to your visage. What do you want to do? I mean, I don't think you have a whole lot of choice, but you can decide.
Just squirm around,
You could succumb, I guess.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I can't try to like get out from like under this guy. I was trying to like.
No, so Bastion sort of like knocked him away from you.
Oh, okay.
But there's a white plate that it sort of has been pressing onto your face is trying to adhere itself to your skin.
Can I tear it off?
Yeah, sure. So make a somatics test. You can take a plus 30. So it's SOM.
Plus 30.
Well, so you
No.
right. Okay. All right. So okay. So the situation is this. This creature is sitting there. You can see it's like trying to regain its strength. The other ones that have been more damaged are doing the same. Piccolo is clearly trying to pull this white plate, which you can clearly tell is a mask, like these other creatures are wearing, off of his own face, and he's sort of like flopping around on the ground trying to pull it off. It doesn't seem like he's having a whole lot of luck. Bastion and Dora, what do you want to do? I mean, these other creatures seem like they will be able to repair themselves in some kind of time frame. Gonna have to choose what you want to do between helping Piccolo and I guess leaving or trying to disable these other creatures further.
So my pistol is no longer functional.
No, it can be repaired. Repairing something like this is not outside of what you could do given some small amount of time.
Okay. Let's see. So they're kind of like on the floor. I'm going to, if I can, pull two small pieces out of my gear
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to dump a bunch of the Saboteur Nanoswarm onto the mask that's trying to adhere itself to Piccolo's face.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll an EMP grenade to the other side of the room.
Okay. Okay, cool. Bastion, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try to help. Well, how many of them are still up and about?
So none of them are up and about, but they do seem
they're-
to be
they're
like
fixing themselves.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna try to use. I don't even know. Is there any way I can help Piccolo with his mask?
So Dora has dumped a nanoswarm onto Piccolo's, head area.
And that will take care of it.
You can also just try to pull the mask off.
Yeah.
Also, remember you're a crab.
Hey, what do you have to let in my face every time?
Just snipper it right off. Come on.
His face, or
Wait, really? Yeah. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna the guy that I barreled on. Now that he's away from Piccolo, I'm just gonna just take a shot at him since he's no longer
yeah. Yeah, go for it.
Oh, yeah. Oh. No, sir.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Nice.
So he sort of skitters back into the room, knocks over like a shelving unit that's holding a bunch of stuff, and it sort of crashes down in between you. And yeah, he sort of holds his good claw out at you menacingly. Piccolo. So as Dora dumps this nanoswarm onto you, I guess you don't see until it's happened, but you can feel the mask loosen, and you're able to pop it off of your face. Though the entire area burns quite badly.
All right, I toss it on the ground and I don't know, step on it to try to break it.
Okay.
And then I don't know. I guess I feel around for my face to see whether it's okay.
Yeah, no. So you can feel there's something like your skin is sort of textured in a way you don't remember, but otherwise, you can see there doesn't seem to be a gaping wound or anything like that.
All right, I guess are they still there? The rest of them?
Yeah. So most of them weren't damaged too badly. They seem to be trying to repair themselves. Also, make a perception check.
Me, okay.
Dora, what were you doing?
Success.
I was going to try to toss the EMP grenade to the other side of the room.
Okay, yeah. So that happens. Did you succeed, Piccolo?
Yes, the perception check was a success.
Okay, so you see through the door back out in the other room what looks like a man with a I don't know the word for it. What's the hat that a very religious Muslim person will wear? It's kind of like a white, usually white, like a, I don't know, close-fitting cap. Anyways, you see a guy wearing one of those. You can see he's outside the door, and he's clearly got some kind of electronics in his chest and stuff, and he kind of you can see him kind of slink away as you spot him.
All right, I guess I say there's somebody over there. Hey! I try to yell out to him.
Okay. All right. At that moment, the EMP grenade goes off. I believe a lot of your gear is probably hardened against it, but it should take a momentary effect. I think so a lot of your biological inserts, so if you have nano eyes or anything, those should be fine. Those should be hardened. A lot of your other equipment will have to reboot, very likely. I don't want to do normally you can roll damage against every piece of equipment, but it's not something I want to do right now. Bastion, you are going to be stunned for a moment because you have a cyber brain.
Wow.
Okay.
Why are you like this?
And these other creatures,
Dora.
they seem to be unaffected, Dora. Also,
Okay.
you can see the equipment around the rest of the room. Sparks fly off of it. The computer terminal you were working at before. Sparks shower out of it. The half man, half machine who was on the ground connected to the transmitter and stuff like that. He sort of convulses, and then you can see a clear liquid sort of like pool out of his mouth there, and it doesn't seem to be functioning at peak efficiency anymore. All right.
Not sure that was the solution.
Well, they were repairing themselves, and it was a chance on whether they were robots or not.
So what's your guys' strategy overall here? Are you gonna stay and fight, or are you gonna try to get out of here?
I think that
Yeah, I think we should go because I'm like stunned, and nothing we're doing is kind of hurting them. So
Can
If
we get
possible,
out of the
I'd like
room
to-
right now?
Sure. Yeah. Let's go flip over to the map.
Oh, I was going to say we should follow the one that crashed into one of us down in the darkness.
Oh, so that's Robin's character. That's just a convenient way for us to have her out of the session until until next time. She'll mysteriously reappear.
Okay, so I guess we're busting out of room number 3.
All right, yeah.
Yep.
I say let's get out of here, and I kind of like push one of them out of the way and slip out the door, going after the Muslim fellow.
Okay, yeah. So why don't you give me a free running roll if you're going to try to chase him?
Sure. Let me see here. Free running, okay. Fail. Critical fail.
Critical fail. Okay, so Piccolo, the athletic and well. So he starts running towards the doors between 7 and 8, and as he's doing so, he trips over a piece of debris and sprawls face first onto the decking there. Whatever he's chasing, Piccolo, whatever you're chasing seems to elude your vision as you pick yourself back up. Everybody else, you can see behind you. Yeah, Kim, do your thing. He's stunned momentarily as he hits the ground.
Yeah.
So you can see the creatures behind you begin to rise up as 2 of them appear to have readjusted their systems.
Okay. So then I guess we saw there was nothing in 2, right? So we've been in 3. 6 was the room that was not clear what it was. 7 was what?
I don't think you knew what 7 was. I believe 6 was labeled life support. I don't think 7 was labeled.
Oh, 7 was the one where you couldn't read it. It was like cut off. Okay.
And there's also these creatures behind you, which are apparently not fully dealt with.
jerks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure whether we're running or trying to finish them somehow.
Hey,
Sorry,
Alright.
like starting a fire, and the fire alarm went off. So
All right. Well, that's what should happen.
everything is as it should be, I guess. Anyway,
Very
sorry. I think I missed like about the last half of what happened to me. I like tripped over something or something.
yeah.
like
So you run out towards 7 and 8, following this creature. He sort of shambles along, but he's surprisingly quick. And while you do so, so you notice that. Oh well, you don't notice. Never mind. You don't have any implants. Okay. So as you're running, you trip over like a fallen piece of cabling, and fall to the ground. As you shake it off, you don't see him anymore. He seems to have completely disappeared. Like I was saying, Dora and Bastion are behind you. So Dora and Bastion, did you want to follow Piccolo, or did you want to hang out in the ops room?
No.
Yeah, when he runs off, I'm going to follow him.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
follow him too because we're already split up from Uma.
Okay, sure. So Yeah, so you run back out into the main area. Like I said, there's debris all over. It's pretty dark, and yeah.
All
What do you
right,
guys wanna do?
well, I guess I gather myself up. And I turn around and say, "Are they following us? I saw somebody. We gotta move."
I think they'll probably follow us once they pull themselves together, and nothing we had was slowing them down. So unless you got some kind of artillery hidden somewhere, I think we got to keep going.
All right, I motion for everybody to just follow me, and then I guess I proceed in whatever direction I last saw the guy running.
Yeah, so it looked like he was headed out of the
The way we
building,
came in.
basically. No. Between 7 and 8, there's another exit.
All right, that's the
Let's
way we
go
go
that way.
then.
All right.
Close the door behind us.
So yeah, you reach the door. You realize it's basically about a third open. It doesn't seem to be functional anymore, but it's easy to squeeze through out into the Martian air.
What kind of door is it? Is it something we could close behind us?
So it's like a sliding door. It seems to be broken.
Okay. There's nothing like on the other side that we could easily use to like blockade it with.
Sure, there's debris all around. If you guys want to try to like jam it up.
All right. I say, here, help me. Let's block this exit. I'll slow him down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm all for that. I'll help with that.
I'll
Okay,
grab
yeah.
a couple of pieces of debris and pile them in front of the opening of the.
Yeah, you can just kind of wedge them in there. That's not going to require a check. So you guys are back outside of the hab in the Martian atmosphere. You can see in the distance, sort of.
Wait, it looked like there was like a narrow passage there between 7 and 8, okay? It's not?
That's how you exited. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, it's not a passage. So you're standing on a catwalk
Oh, okay. Okay.
that sort of runs across the facility here. Sort of one section of the catwalk leads towards the moored airship and the two mooring towers. The other leads towards two large cylindrical buildings.
Oh,
They
we
look
wanna
like
go to
tanks,
the
basically.
airship, right?
It would make sense.
To the airship mobile.
All right. So
So, look at my Eclipse Phase notes. Oh, I misspelled Eclipse. That'll do it.
all right.
It's
So
not Eclipse.
you come up to one of the towers where the airship is moored. You can see it extends. The tower itself goes, but I believe it's so. Okay. Yeah, so it extends about 40 feet into the air before a very thick cable rises to meet the aft tip of the airship, which it seems to be attached to. You can see up near the top of the cable is what looks like a gondola, and but it's all the way up at the top.
So how would one normally get up this thing?
Yeah.
You'd use like a helicopter-y thing, like the one that was crashed, or
Jetpack.
Well, so there's a gondola that clearly goes up and down the cable, but it seems to be at the top right now.
is there
Is there
no
like-
like
Call
thing
it
to
a
call
call.
for it?
Like a control.
So there's a terminal at the bottom. It doesn't seem to be powered.
Do we have anything that could like temporarily power this thing? Can we plug it into Bastion or something like that?
Hey, What do you think I am?
Battery,
An
mostly.
octopus and a crab.
What about like any like like using hardware electronics, Kev, to try to like
Sure. Yeah, you want to try that? You want to try to crack open the panel and
yeah
sure.
insert
Okay.
some
That's fine.
crab claws in there?
Just be real. Just
Delicious.
be careful with that. Oh
well-
no.
Okay, so a couple things. First is this there doesn't seem to be any, so you'd have to connect to it basically directly. You'd have to plug yourself directly into this console. That's normally okay, but you're in the TQZ, so plugging yourself into
Yeah.
strange hardware.
Gonna get
Well,
space aids.
I mean, I'm not gonna back out because I already rolled a failure. So
No, it's fine. You can. I didn't tell you this. You can. Let's forget about that roll. And you tell me
Okay.
what you want to do, and if you want to do it, you get to roll again.
hey, Dora, don't you have some electrical that maybe we could work on it together, kind of thing?
I mean, I can certainly mess with it, but if it doesn't have power, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can try to repair it. Like, there's nothing I can do to create power out of nothing, right? I'm not even sure what plugging you in would do. Is it just that the controls thing isn't powered, and so he's going to provide his own controls? I'm not sure what we're doing here.
Yeah. So he's trying to use hardware to open up the panel and see if he can jack himself in here. He could power it with his morph, if he wanted to, but he would also be exposing himself to anything that would be. I mean, it seems to be a control panel. It's probably wired to other systems. You're not sure what the risk of infection would be exactly.
I mean, how bad could it be, right?
So, I mean, we all have, tons of things that have to be powered with something. Is there no way that I can just use those to give us a brief jolt to get this thing down?
Yeah, probably. Well, what have you got that you want to try to use?
I mean, I've got a half-useless shredder now. I have...
Okay. No, I mean that's probably good. You can probably.
I have a radio booster and a miniature radio farcaster. Those sound like electronic devices.
Yeah, so, I mean, whatever of those we want, I can try to use to give us a brief...
Or a white noise machine.
So is it electronics? Do you want me to roll a hardware electronics?
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's plug Piccolo's morph in.
I succeed.
Right in the butthole.
Okay, cool. All right, so
There's only one port.
all right, so
In and
you
out.
are able to provide power to the console. You can see it takes a moment before it boots up, and then the screen turns on, and you can see the controls immediately begin to light up as if someone's using them, and one of the controls seems to be to move the gondola down, and the other one seems to be moved to move it up, and almost immediately both of the controls sort of flick on, and you can hear a motor up in the gondola begin to whir.
So it's going both up and down?
Mm-hmm. Both of the controls seem to be enabled.
All right, can I switch it so that just the down is enabled?
Well, so okay, so make an interfacing roll.
Okay.
Bleep bloop on this.
Success.
Okay, yeah. So what you can tell is that there are, as soon as the system came on, it's being accessed by multiple other parties, including you, and they seem to be in conflict about what they are trying to get this gondola to do. There are commands being issued from one party that are attempting to move the gondola up, and another party, at least, that is trying to move the gondola down.
What?
Alright, Piccolo is
Can I
kind of
shut
like
all other parties out?
nervously looking back at the barricaded door, and he goes, what's the holdup? It's a freaking gondola.
Yeah, apparently we're not the only ones who are trying to use this. Can I try to shut everyone else out?
Yeah, roll infosec.
All right. Success.
Okay, yeah. So you're able to shut everybody else out, and you can operate the gondola as you wish.
All right, I'll bring it down to us.
Guess we'll just
Okay,
leave
so
it up there.
the gondola begins to rumble down slowly.
While it's rumbling down, I'm going to turn to Piccolo and Bastion and say, you guys might want to get your weapons out, because it's possible that someone in there is one of the people who is trying to control this thing. And even if they are friendly, ultimately, they may not at the moment be friendly. So let's just be ready.
Okay.
Okay.
They might think we're one of those, whatever they were.
Yeah, well, you do have a weird-looking face now, Piccolo, so...
You weirdo.
Just because I have morph trait unattractive level 1. They'll be like
That wasn't
that.
even what I was talking about.
Don't.
You guys can see that the surface of Piccolo's skin has been I don't know, altered in some way around the edges, especially where the mask were. His skin is sort of what's the word? It's got more of a geometric pattern than skin probably should. Sort of like, hatch lines.
Almost pixelated.
Yeah, almost something like that.
Do I feel any different or?
No, you feel about the same. I mean, your face kind of has a burning sensation. You feel very good.
But it doesn't. There's no additional pain or anything like that. There's not nanobots under my face making me look like, I don't know, some kind of
Make it look
Martian
pretty.
crab creature.
Not as far as you can tell.
Alright, good.
Yeah. Hold on, I have to give
Piccolo
some.
breathes easy.
So the gondola comes down and the doors open. Yeah.
Is there anyone inside?
No, it seems to be empty.
Is there a control panel inside of the gondola?
Yeah, there is.
All right, I'll take a quick look over and see how the barrier is going.
Sure. Yeah. As you glance over,
Just like
you
no
hear a
barrier.
thud and a piece of refuse or trash falls out of the hole.
Say, all right, boys, time to
gondola.
go.
All right. So the gondola door swings closed behind you. I assume you want to press the up button.
Yeah.
Is there a down button?
Yeah. So let's see. We hopefully have left these guys behind for now. If we find what we're looking for up on the ship, I think we probably just pilot it out of the DQZ.
The whole ship,
Think
you
it
mean?
would be,
Yeah.
Does anybody know
What?
how to drive a Zeppelin?
I mean, I'm sure we can figure it out. They just kind of float along, right?
How difficult
It can't be that difficult.
It's better than talking to these guys here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. But that's assuming that everybody's on board.
Oh, I'm not thinking that there's a great chance that this is just going to be.
Wait, also, what about,
But,
don't we want to rescue Uma at some point?
I mean,
Look, there's bound to be some civilian or not civilian, some casualties. in any
she
given
knew the
mission.
risks. She
You
knew
know
the risks.
what she was signing up for?
If we get all the parts of the mission, then I think
Look,
we have to.
I'm sure the good folks back at Firewall will be kind enough to reboot her back there. She has nothing to worry about, right, Bastion?
That's right.
So, Bastion, as he says, right, Bastion, you feel the need to cough.
Yeah.
Not again. Fucking space aids.
So, what happens? Is that a success or a failure, Bastion?
It's what? Shit, I don't remember how it works.
It should be unarmed combat.
Ooh, fail.
Okay, so
But
Bastion
only by a little bit. By a
Okay.
tiniest bit.
So as Vastian's sort of standing there, you say, "Hey, Vastian," and he goes, and then he coughs and something black flies across the gondola and smashes on the wall and falls to the ground. It's small, maybe the size of a.
What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know, the size of this big.
Like a fist.
Yeah. After a moment,
Okay.
it's sort of dripping with. Well, yeah. So what do you do, Vastian? Go ahead.
I'm like, oh god, this fucking thing, and I take out my gun and shoot it.
Okay.
What
Make
the hell?
Make a roll.
Yeah, I hit it.
All right, yeah. So the bullet, goes right to the side of the gondola, and this thing splatters.
See what the crap?
I
Care to explain what the hell just happened?
I wiped my mouth. I was like, listen, this is fucking suit. It's like I'm not meant to be in it. And I morph. This is fucking morph. And I wipe my my mouth. I was like, we're gonna have to get me to a different one real soon.
See, maybe you should go back to whatever reef you came from.
That sounds like a good idea right now.
I don't understand how the morph is expelling black things.
Why did that black something need to be shot? Is
doesn't
really the
sit-
question that we need answered here. Because if it was just I need to purge my dust filters,
So,
okay,
I
sure, it's Mars. But
pick up the remnants, and you see that it's like a tiny crab.
Did you see
You're
birth?
you're a big metal crab expelling
Yeah.
smaller crabs.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. It's not the weirdest thing I've seen today.
Isn't it though? It's got to be up there though.
I mean,
I was like,
yeah,
we
I
gotta
guess
get
it's
back.
up there.
I was like, I don't know how. Oh god, I don't know how much time I have. And I take the thing that I picked up and just toss it aside.
Okay,
Not too
I'm
far.
so
Not
pleased
too.
you didn't say I eat it. I was like, oh god, it's coming.
I am kind of hungry.
I mean, I don't think there are morphs just lying around out here. Isn't this something you should have thought of before we went on this trip into this dangerous place with no resources?
I was like, something seems to be speeding up the process. Remember when I had the failure by the road?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, speeding up the process still says there was a problem.
Well, I had
our problem.
I had weeks, okay, and now I have hours. So let's go.
All right. My sympathy for you is low. Very low.
Whatever. I'll just go into a new morph if I die. Just I'll tell you when you have to kill me.
All right.
Please
I'll be
do.
I was like, the time is now.
Should we? It is right now.
No, I didn't say that. That's what I'm going to say.
The time is now, boys. Let's do this thing.
We should really just kill him for safety's sake.
Can we put him into the airship? Can he become as one with the airship?
It doesn't have a cyber brain, as far as you know. It could, I guess. It could,
But he has a cyber brain.
He has a cyber brain. Yes, he does.
So if we take his cyber brain out of his failing morph and attach it to the airship,
I don't know if cyber brains are necessarily
pilot the shit out of that
detachable
thing.
from their
I
morphs.
don't think you just reach someone's skull and remove their cyber brain without ill effect.
I didn't say anything about without ill effect. Did I?
Look, we just plug him, grab his stack. He'll be good as new when we get back.
But I mean, wouldn't you want to do this for science?
Would
If
I?
we do this, then it'll be in your stack. It'll be great.
Oh, are you asking Bastian?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm all for being a a ship.
An airship? You'll be the only octopus ever to be an airship in the TQZ.
And a crab in an airship.
Probably.
Well,
How?
Kevin, that we know
Do you have a
of.
source on that though?
I don't have a source on that.
Well, I'm the only known.
To these
Crab.
five people, maybe.
Okay. All right. So,
Sorry.
as you reach the top of the airship, as you reach the top of the gondola, the door slides open, and you can see the entrance to airlock there.
Okay. Is it like locked, closed? What are we talking about?
Yeah, it appears to be closed.
All right,
Does
I'll
there
try to
seem
open
be
it.
power and can we just hit the open button?
Yep. So roll and make an interfacing check. So what you notice, Dora and Novastian, you'll notice this right away,
That's not good.
is that the airship doesn't seem to be responding to like AR commands or your mesh inserts or anything like that. So like you're going to have to interface with it the old-fashioned way.
Okay,
This
my
maybe
fingers
is
fall
not-
off.
Yeah, this might not be super surprising considering the ship has been perhaps configured for a run through the TQZ. Pretty much want to turn all the wireless shit off because.
Close your
Yeah.
ports.
So Dora steps up to the panel, tries to get into it for a moment, and it doesn't really have a lot of luck. You can keep going. You can be able to figure it out.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So as you're trying to figure it out, it doesn't take very long. You all of a sudden a graphic comes up on the screen, and it says, infection detected. Please enter quarantine room for cleansing. And you can see
Sorry about that.
the name of this program is called Dr. Idris.
Am I a ship now?
Now, how is Idris spelled?
IDRIS.
Elba?
All right, boys, we've made it. It's Heimdall. We're good to go.
Yeah. The references.
All right. I'm not going to pay any attention to the robot telling me to be cleansed.
Okay.
Say,
Okay.
wait. Can we talk to it? Let's say, wait, what infection have you detected?
Sure. So, like a panel of information comes up, and you try to read it, but it's almost like it's kind of gibberish. It looks like there's like sentence fragments from two different conflicting pieces of information. One seems to be talking about some kind of Pandora gate, and the other one seems to be talking about an exurgent infection.
Is there any way to clean any of it up? At least I don't have any kind of interfacing anything, but I do have things like infosec and.
If I'm plugged into it, I can try to clean it up, I guess.
Okay.
Is that interfacing or what do you want?
Yeah, why don't you roll infosec?
What is this?
InfoSec?
A robot?
Okay.
So this is the panel controlling the airlock. It's spitting out some strange information.
No, I can't clean it up. There's
Okay,
something
yeah.
wrong with the data.
So you try to dig into the code, but before long you find yourself locked out, and the program shuts itself down as a sort of like countermeasure.
Okay.
Anyway,
just-
the airlock door slides open.
Okay.
I'm just going to say I know that I'm not infected. And only one of us has had a white metal plate pressed against him, and only one of us has coughed up something black and then shot it. So it's up to you guys. If you want to go into quarantine, be my guest, but I think we should just proceed.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
There we go.
I mean, I don't particularly want to get into quarantine. I just need to get out of this more.
I feel fine.
You keep saying that, and I'm going to turn you into an airship, but
That's
give me
fine.
some time.
I'm all for being an airship. If we
All
can
right,
do
good.
that, I'll be an airship.
Good.
I guess we go
This
through
is
the airlock.
happening.
Oh yeah, so you step up into the airlock. You can see that there's another panel there. There seem to be two options on the panel. One says run exurgent disinfection routine, and the other one just says regular airlock protocol.
Do we have any idea what would normally be involved in an exurgent disinfection routine?
Nope.
Can I
In
query
fact, that doesn't really sound like a real thing to you,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, I'll
Like
just-
exurgent disinfection could, I mean, nuke it from orbit kind of thing, right? Like,
Right. All right. I'm just gonna say normal.
Regular size.
Fly
balls.
casual.
okay, all right, yeah. So you hear the air hiss out of the room, and then the other side of the airlock opens into the ship proper.
All right. Well, that was easy.
Too
Yeah,
easy.
so you can see immediately as you step forward, most of the ship is. I don't have a lot of good images for this. I have some, but what this ship is basically is a dirigible, right? Like a Zeppelin, and most of the ship is inside this dirigible, right? It's like catwalks. You can see there are several floors. Most of them covered or separated by ladders. As you glance up into the top of this of the dirigible, you can see several spheres at the top. There are several like modules or rooms inside that it looks like you can walk between. Oh, I have a map. Let's go to that.
So why? Like I don't. Normally, a dirigible is shaped that way so that it can contain a gas of some kind, and this one is like shaped that way just because it's shaped that way, and then there's also gas in smaller bubbles somewhere else. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna find the person who built this as soon as we're done here, and I'm gonna shoot him.
So, anyways, you guys, the catwalk you're on leads immediately to, it's actually a ladder. Sorry, it's not a catwalk. Leads immediately up into 4. You can see some of the structure of the other levels of the dirigible. That's why I'm just gonna give you the whole map basically. But
Wait, 4? I don't even see a 4. Oh, there's 4.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
okay. So,
All right.
if you're gonna, you guys, I assume you guys are gonna climb the ladder.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so you enter a small room. It seems to be the entranceway to this area. It's got a door. We're just gonna use this picture for this area. And it seems to be closed, although it doesn't seem to be locked. Your mesh inserts are active. This door is responding to mesh inserts.
So does that mean that like the inside of the ship is on the mesh?
At least this door is.
Can I check to see whether any of the rest of the ship is?
So you get a few more signals from your mesh inserts, but it seems large sections of the ship are either powered down or on some kind of standby mode or broken.
Okay.
So
All
anywhere
right.
you can like detect any internal life signs, boot up the system that might be able to do that.
I think we need to
Doctor,
find.
right?
I assume that I'm not getting any kind of signals that would help me with that. We need to find the control room or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know how you would scan for life signs either, unless you have some kind of equipment.
Yeah.
Your
I
mesh
don't-
inserts are basically just like I'm kind of.
Because I was wondering if the ship had any kind of system like that.
Or unless one of us is a ship, is the ship.
That'll happen soon.
We can upload you into this door if you want.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait until Bastion is a octopus crab door.
Well, yeah, he wouldn't be a crab anymore.
Would he?
You'd just be an octopus door.
Yeah.
But no, because we're taking the brain from the crab body.
Oh well. Okay.
Why
See?
into a door?
Checkmate.
It is crab brain, right?
All right. Well, then let's get to the bridge.
Yeah.
Maybe we can power up some of these systems from there and see if we can find out what happened to the ship.
Okay.
To the bridge mobile. Ship.
So I assume you just can open up the door.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
17 more of the things with the white faces come out and kill us all. There you go. All right.
Man, didn't expect to find these things here.
Bada bing, bada boom.
All right, yeah. So you step into a large area. It seems to be just sort of a hallway. You can see there's a door. The door to one is labeled bridge. There's a hatch in the floor, which is labeled, like weapons turret. The hatches to the north, or the doors to the north, have names on them.
Like
What
proper
are the
names.
names?
One is Sana Zawale, and the other is Rehana Al-Mareekh.
That's what we need. That one.
Well, we
Go
need
for that
a
one.
different Al-Mareekh, but
Well, the family's supposed to be traveling on here, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Do we know
All right,
who
so do we want-
Ohana is? Is that like a daughter, or do we have the
No,
names
you-
of the family?
No, you don't.
Well, why don't we go to the bridge first? I guess I'd like listen. Can you like? Is there anything to be heard? Can you hear if there's not like people inside these rooms? Is it just eerily quiet?
Yeah, so you can hear the exoskeleton or the skin of the ship sort of with the wind blowing against it. You can also, and you've been able to hear this the entire time you've been in the gondola, but you hear the sort of creaking and groaning of these huge cables as they strain. There's a good breeze blowing outside, and the ship is, though it's moored, is moving in the wind.
All right, spooky. All right. Anyways, I think the bridge should probably be our first stop. See if we can't get a sense of what happened on the ship.
Seems reasonable.
So I guess we'll go up the hatch to the bridge. Was it?
Okay, so the door to the bridge seems to be appearing or responding to mesh inserts. However, as you approach it and try to wave it open, you note that it is currently malfunctioning.
In that
Like-
it's not
like-
opening.
Yeah, so it gives you a status message that there's currently a mechanical malfunction.
All right, can I try a physical override of some kind?
Like,
Sure,
you want to
yeah.
force it open?
Well, it's a
Well-
mechanical failure, right? Like, is there something blocking it? Like, if you try to open it, does it like sound like it's jammed or something like that? It might not be like a software issue.
Yeah, I mean it's up to you guys. What do you don't do?
Not that I would know. I have no mesh, so I.
Well, so why don't I try? It doesn't hurt to try overriding it with the software, and if that doesn't work, we can try it physically.
Yeah.
Sound reasonable?
Go for it.
All right, so interfacing, infosec. What do you want? Electronics.
Yeah, so you don't even need to roll interfacing. You just wanna try to override it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's physically not working.
Okay. So is there like a panel to one side I can open and try to get in there and see whether it's the motor or something like that, or whether it's what's going on?
Yeah, well, you can roll if you have hardware.
Yeah. What do you want? Hardware, electronics, industrial, robotics, aerospace.
Industrial's good, and you can take a plus 20.
Okay. Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, yeah. So you open a hatch. You can see there's a like an override handle. As you try to pull it, the door doesn't move.
Okay.
Do we need something to like wedge it open?
Do we have anything that would like cut through it?
Hold on, I might.
I have some liquid thermite.
I have disassembly tools.
Liquid thermite actually sounds like almost exactly what we need. Disassembly tools might work as well. Which of you guys wants to take a try?
I mean, if
mean-
the disassembly tools work, then it sounds like we don't have to expend the thermite. But
Yeah.
so I don't know. Maybe have a go at it first, and if not, then we blow it.
Yeah, sounds good. Would that work, Kev?
The thermite.
The
Disassembly tools.
Yeah, that would work.
Okay. Cool.
All right, so you're gonna release your disassembler swarm. Who has it?
Me.
Okay.
It's a swarm.
It's what? It's just called a disassembler.
It's called disassembly tools.
Oh. Okay, yeah, no,
We
that
just
actually
needed-
wouldn't work. I thought you were talking about something else.
It won't work?
that would not work. So disassembly tools are for taking things apart. I mean, you could take the door apart, but I don't know. It would take a while.
All right. Then I'll just use the. I have like liquid thermite. Doesn't say how much, but I imagine
fine.
at least enough to
Well,
blow
all right. So
this door.
before we start with the liquid thermite, can I kind of tap on the door in a Morse type pattern to see whether there's someone on the other side who is keeping this closed?
You want to tap at the door and see if there's a person on the other side?
Yeah. I mean, it's
Okay.
it's the bridge. It seems to be sealed shut in some way. Maybe if I like do a Morse codey type thing, they'll respond.
All right, yeah. So you tap on the door. You can hear it ring through the at least this module, and there's no answer.
Oh, that's too bad.
Okay. All right. So if we want to get in there, let's do our thing.
All right. I guess I apply the liquid thermite. I put it in a little.
Okay,
heart.
yeah. So after a moment, there's a brilliant flash. I guess you apply it in a door shape, and a door-shaped door falls out of the door.
It's like house painting a house on the side of a house. Well,
Alright.
a house.
Peek through the opening. So
Okay, yeah, you can see the bridge beyond.
Anybody in
It
there?
seems to be deserted.
All right. Say, all right. Well, seems like they're not hiding out here. Is there like power to any of the consoles or anything like that?
Yeah, most of them seem to be powered.
Can I get
They
in there?
are-
and-
Yeah. So as you step in, though, any of you that have mesh inserts, you can see that none of the consoles are currently mesh active.
Can I do them by hand?
Yep, you sure can. So you a lot of these actually, it looks like their direct interfaces are sort of malfunctioning, but a lot of them have jacks you could jack into.
Jax.
How about ones that aren't malfunctioning?
All right, so here, let me give you a list of the systems. So like I said, there's like a captain's area. There's two other consoles that look like they're for pilot and co-pilot. What is working, or at least the consoles are working for security, ship's logs, buoyancy control. That's it.
Well, let's have a look at ship's logs then.
There are malfunctioning terminals for piloting and navigational. So security is split in surveillance and surveillance archives. Surveillance archives is what is working. Current surveillance is not functional. It looks like the display at least.
So maybe
Map
what
doesn't seem functional.
say, Dora, why don't you try to get the I guess surveillance up and running, and I'll see if there's anything of note in the archives, which I assume are the ship's logs.
I think there's two things. There's the ship's logs, and then there's the surveillance archives. I think those are separate things.
Yes, they are separate things.
So when you say the thing for the current surveillance is not functioning, is it something I would have to jack in to try to fix? All right, I'm not doing that.
You would have to jack in to even see if it was something you had to fix or not. Or if it
Yeah,
was-
no. This is not a spot where we're gonna jack into things randomly. So why don't you take the ship's logs and I'll take the surveillance archive, and we'll see whether we can patch together what happened here.
All right.
All right. So who's first?
I guess I'll take a look at the logs.
Okay. So give me a research test.
Research.
Research.
If not, I think it's just.
I don't have research.
I think it's cognition. Yeah, it's cognition. Dora, you're also going to give me a research test.
All right.
Not even close.
Okay, so here's what you find. You find a crew manifest. You find a cargo manifest. You find flight logs. Which ones do you want to look at? Or what order?
Let's take a look at the crew first, I guess. Just to verify that everybody we assume to be on the ship. I guess specifically I want to know whether like Octagon or somebody who we think might be, I guess, alias for Octagon is on there, or if, right? Because we didn't know whether he had like stowed away or if he was like on board.
Right. So,
well,
yeah, Octagon
guys.
doesn't seem to be. Oh, I don't know what that is.
those are me copy pasting something.
Oh, Octagon is definitely not on the manifest.
It's
The,
just the doctor and her family and some crew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's Nori. So each of them has a name and a crew role. There's Nori Kasim, which is ground ops. Fauda Al-Mareekh, ground ops. Sana Zawal, an engineer. Ghazala Qasim, ground ops. Zamina Al-Mareekh, science officer. Dawood Al-Galazi, pilot. Mariam Al-Galazi, pilot. Hakeem Musa, expedition commander. Hold on. Anyway, Sabine Al-Mareekh, gunner. Sayed Qasim, doctor. Gabir Al-Mareekh, ground ops. Malik Zawal, engineer, and Hassan Mosa, labeled nano warfare specialist. So
Nano
that is
warfare
the-
specialist. All right, I guess I read that out as I go over it. All right, there's nothing there that like stands out for us. I imagine, is that consistent with any of the information we were given? I guess we weren't given that much information about the crew, right? Just that.
Yeah, I mean,
guess
Zamina Al-Mareekh is definitely.
Wait, that's the one we knew was on here. Did we know what the rest of the crew was supposed to be?
No, I mean, a lot of them seem like to have the same names, so
Yeah,
I assume they're possibly extended family.
keeping it in the family, I guess. All right.
Clones.
Then, what else was there? Flight records.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the flight records describe an uneventful flight into the TQZ, a few brief encounters with ground-based exsurgents.
Where did they leave from?
Sorry, where did they leave from?
Yeah.
I believe they left from Pathfinder City.
Okay.
And so a few brief encounters with exsurgents once they reach Quarain, followed by the deployment of a team to the ground by helicopter, and then loss of contact with the team about 15 minutes after that.
Nick, did you get my
Maybe,
message?
does it say who the team was?
Yeah, so it's
It's perhaps the crashed helicopter we saw on the other plateau.
Yeah.
That's a good bet.
right, but the names are the two ground ops people, and yeah, so it's Nora Qasim, Ghazala Qasim, and Fauda Al-Mareekh.
Okay.
Okay.
None of the people we care about.
Oh, and Dawood Al-Galazi.
Still not a person we care about. All right.
I mean,
Okay.
it's. All right, there was a third thing.
Just a cargo manifest. It describes mostly supplies, a significant amount of ammunition and weapons.
I guess.
Does it say like Xenos artifact?
Yeah, I was gonna
Where
say like anything that's like super secret box, like 666. Please
do
do
not
open.
investigate. Ark of the Covenant.
Definitely nothing special here.
No?
Moving right along. All right.
Is there like a crate that's labeled potatoes? So that's like 100% a Xenos artifact.
Nope.
There are
No
no
potatoes.
potatoes in space. All right. Well, so
That's- yeah.
I guess I
Space
read
potatoes.
that out to everybody. I say, so I guess nothing out of the ordinary here, but are we? I guess we never got over to that helicopter. We didn't see any people over there, right?
No, no.
I'm wondering if if those like weird like zone stalkers, they were trying to put a mask on me. Maybe they got to some of this crew and turned them into.
How
zone
many of them
stalkers.
were there, Kev? You said 9 or something like that.
How many crew in total?
No. How many of those guys?
4 zone
4.
stalkers.
There's 4. And
Yeah.
how many crew were there?
How many crew total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But there was 4 crew on that little helicopter expedition, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, then there's
Well,
had
there's
to be an
also
Agent
someone.
Zero.
Well, there's someone calling out for help, right? That's still alive somewhere, maybe.
I thought that we established that was the creepy thing.
Yeah, so that signal seemed to be originating from the comms room.
All right.
I think that was like a
was like
track.
So Piccolo looks over a door and say anything on those anything on the surveillance
So
video?
I failed also, but not as badly.
Okay, so right, so you see there is one piece of footage available to you that sticks out. So the video starts sort of in a time lapse sort of mode. You can see there's a crew member in the bridge, sort of just piloting the ship. A moment later, a man walks in, and there's no audio on the logs, but he begins to have some sort of discussion, an animated discussion with the pilot, who then pulls out her pistol, points it at him, and his head sort of leans back, and something shoots out of his mouth and sort of like slaps her across the side of the head. She falls to the ground and then runs towards the door, which the camera is over. And you can see this thing shoot out of his mouth and sort of trip her by grabbing her ankle. It then runs towards her. It's a man. It was a man, but as it does, you can see sort of like, I don't know, pseudopods, amoeba-like structures come out of it, and it jumps on top of her, and then sort of lays it down on top of her, covering her, and she sort of struggles for a few moments before the footage again goes to time lapse, and you can see her over a period of hours begin to like melt away.
It's not good.
After a while, the figure stands back up again, seemingly human. He finds some tools in the side of the room, begins to weld the door shut to the bridge, and then he again like turns into some kind of liquid and flows out of the room.
Okay.
Can
So-
we cross-reference the manifest with this video to see if we can identify the 2 people?
Sure. Yeah. Give
Or
me,
exactly when it happened.
Mhm. Yeah. So
Like 5 minutes ago, guys.
It's like literally
happens
as we were
5 minutes
trying
in
to
the
get
future.
out.
You're boned.
Okay. So the crew members were Dawood Al-Galazi and the person who was killed was Mariam Al-Galazi.
So, assuming that it's like a thing, which I think it is, I was going to say that after watching the video, I think it's Dora and Vastian receive like a ping on their mesh, which I think is a thing that we can do. And the ping is literally just like,
Facebook post.
yeah, it's kind of like that. It's a message with like I guess the name of one of the like adjoining sections and like the firewall symbol.
Okay. I say, hey, looks like we may have found Octagon. Let's go. We can
Wait,
always.
did Piccolo not get the ping?
Well, I don't think Piccolo has
I
a
don't,
mesh.
I don't have a mesh.
Right. That's what he was saying.
I thought he has some sort of like a device that allows him.
He has a
No.
radio.
Yeah, as far as I remember, that was turned off.
Got a
You
gold
can-
old-fashioned
okay.
radio.
Okay.
Yeah, so this ping comes from Sana Zawal's or Sana Al-Mareekh's room, which is one of the rooms you passed as you came in here.
All right, that's close by. Why don't we hop over that way?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So when you enter the room, you see like all the lights are off, and somebody like steps forward out of the shadows with a gun leveled at you. You see an extremely tall, lithe, like black-haired, dark-skinned woman with like all black, like almost like combat leather or something, like, you know, absolutely skin tight and just hardened everywhere. And she like stares down the three of you over the barrel of her gun.
I mean,
Octagon?
were you under the impression that the rest of us don't have guns?
No, I didn't say any such thing.
I don't have a gun. Like, I have half of a gun.
That's true. I was under the impression that one of you has a gun.
I have a gun.
Well, that's wonderful. She says,
big gun.
I don't know, something that like only firewall people know. She says,
Secret
like, you know,
handshake.
She says, shave and a haircut, and I say, 2 bits, and then we do like a secret handshake thing.
yeah, I was waiting for the
Okay.
secret handshake. The secret handshake lasts like a good 3 minutes, and then she puts down her
3
gun.
minutes, I shoot Octagon. The secret handshake lasts 25 minutes.
All right, we're out of time at the end of the secret handshake. Yeah, no, so they secret handshake, and she like lowers her weapon and says, "I'm surprised to see more firewall here. I thought that perhaps just on my own to the objective I would get near."
Octagon. New
Is
morph.
that, like, rhyming couplets? Is this going to be a thing? This isn't a thing, right?
So
Because, like, I only have half a gun, but I have time to repair it now. So, like, I'm just going to explore that possibility for a moment.
She said what she said.
Yeah. All right.
So by the way, just so we're clear, Dora, you have repair spray, which you could use to fix your gun pretty easily.
It's like
All
the
right.
magic spray for fixing broken knees.
I mean, I can, like, if I have time, I can repair it. I just haven't spent, like, time to do that because we've been running along. So, sure. I'll be like, why don't you guys poetry amongst yourselves? I've got something I have to do.
So what can you tell us, Octagon?
Octagon looks like extremely startled, and she says, I don't know who you are or how you'd know my name, but I'm not in the mood for your dangerous game. What's going on here?
What
Pretty
dangerous
sure
game?
the crab octopus thing has sold you drugs before. So, like,
Yeah.
where's the
Oh, do I like know some of these people?
Yeah. You know me.
sort of?
Yes,
Sort of.
you've met Bastion before once.
Oh, okay. I take back everything I just said. Sort of. I say. Well, you have me at a disadvantage, sir. I'm not sure what you are. You're some kind of thing. You have me at a disadvantage.
It's perfect.
But you, and I look at Bastion and I say, you know, I do recall your face, but I'm surprised to see you in this place. What are you doing here?
So I
Sent to get
assume, yeah. We're sent to, we heard you were in trouble. And we have a mission here, and a small part of it is getting you out.
A small
Or-
part, eh?
Or your stack, whichever.
They after they lost contact with you, they sent us in to find the good doctor and retrieve you, or whatever was left of the crew, anyways. So why don't you bring us up to speed?
Unfortunately, I haven't found the doctor's stack, but I have been able to avoid the track. There's somebody after me who's quite violent. There's some sort of I don't know, some exsurgent found me and tracked me here.
Still on the ship?
Well, I believe he is quite near.
Is it the thing that we saw?
Look, why don't you give us the short and skinny on what happened after you left whatever the city is?
All right. Octagon launches into like a really like tall and fat version of the story. Like it takes a while. You drift in and out, but because she tells you like all the little details, like
I
everything.
paid perfect attention the whole time.
Nice. And she just basically outlines like how she was trying to track the stack, as it were, that belongs to the good doctor. And every time she got close, it seemed like something got in the way, some obstacle, and she managed to get onto the airship and try and find the doctor, but as she was hunting her prey and moving around, something was coming after her, and she saw this exsurgent, and she describes to you like the guy that you saw on the video surveillance that killed that pilot, and she just tells you that she's been like hiding from room to room on the ship ever since, unable to go out in the open really and find her mark. And then she heard gunfire and was able to check out a viewport who you guys were, and recognizing Bastion, she waited until she had a moment to ping you and double check that you were actually Firewall and bring you here with the symbol that only a Firewall person would recognize.
It's like a little burning wall.
Yeah.
No. It's that like Windows thing that pops up. That's like, do you want access to this thing? Yeah, it looks like that.
So as Octagon is telling her story, you guys hear the groaning sort of increase. It becomes pretty audible from the mooring cables.
Can I check weather or something in the what's it called?
The bridge.
Bridge. Is there anything about like the strength of the connection, the weather outside, anything like that?
So you can see that there's a navigation console as well as a console for interfacing with the mooring towers. However, both of them require a direct interface.
By the way, while he deals with that, I'm going to ask Octagon. I say, so when's the last known location for Dr. Al-Mareekh?
She was definitely here somewhere on the ship, but after the exsurgent came after me, she gave me the slip.
Do you have any idea if she left the ship?
I don't think anyone left the ship before you boarded, but there's a chance. There's a chance I missed it.
Well, so we know from the I guess ship logs that they sent out a group of 4 by helicopter. We think we might have seen the crash of that craft on another plateau as we were coming up to Khura'in. Other than that, we don't have any evidence that anybody else left. We don't think the doctor was on that expedition. So
the doctor was probably too important to leave out there and lead the charge. But I'm thinking she's probably still somewhere here on this barge.
You think she's still here?
Yeah.
So Kevin.
Yeah. So Dora, what are you doing?
I have firewall software. What are the chances that would be able to protect me if I jack into one of these things?
There's chances.
Is this like proprietary software for our group, or is this like...
I had to look that up. No, firewall software is
Protected.
actually firewall software.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Right. No, it's not. Yeah, it's actually firewall software. Okay. So just a word about the exsurgent virus. So the exsurgent virus is a virus created, as far as you know, by super intelligent AIs. It's a
Right.
multi-vector virus, right? It has biological vectors. It has technological vectors. And it's extremely complicated. It has many strains, some of which are like far beyond what humans are capable of producing, right? Both in defense and I guess if they were to try to create such a virus.
Right. Right.
So yeah, the firewall software would conceivably help. It might not help enough.
Depending on whether or not that's what's after you.
Yeah, I mean, given some situations in which the exogen virus tried to transfer through this cable into your mind, sometimes the firewall would help you. Sometimes it wouldn't. But it would be better than nothing, for sure.
All right.
What's the worst that could happen, right, Dora?
Does it sound like we're getting like? Does it sound like we're getting
Plug
like
it.
blown away right now?
Yeah, so you can all feel that the ship is definitely being it's almost sort of tilting under the winds. You can definitely tell there's some kind of wind storm going on outside. The mooring cables seem to be intact because the ship, like I said, is sort of tilted, right? So you'd expect that the cables are holding it, and the shearing force of the wind is pushing the top.
All right, I'm gonna kind of bust back into the room that these guys are enjoying their tete-a-tete in, and
We all came to the bridge.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So there's some chance that I'd be able to interface with navigation, piloting, control, everything like that. But it's dangerous. So I think what we should do is first we should try to clear the ship really quickly, tactically, room by room, to see whether we can find the doctor. If we can find the doctor or her stack, then we can bring that back to the bridge, and I can try to get into piloting or make Vashton into a ship or something like that, and we can try to get going.
But there's like 3 floors, and like I mean there's labeled at least like 21 something.
It's not as bad as the labels make it out to be.
Oh, okay. We could search this ship as he's suggesting.
You could definitely search the ship.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Let's do it.
that's fine by me. How long do we kind of estimate from our knowledge of the ship that it'll take to kind of clear the rooms? Like compared to like how the ship is going, should it be fine? Is it going to be like 10 or 15?
You don't know exactly how the ship is going.
Right, and also, I mean, if this is weather, like, it could stop blowing in 2 minutes, or it could be a hurricane that we're right on the edge of. So,
Well, I guess worst case, I guess we gotta just get off the ship, right?
no. Worst case, the ship detaches from the mooring thing, gets blown across the surface of Mars, and we all die. But for some of us, that's less worst case than others. I think we should get going.
Well, the question is whether you want to stay here in case the weather picks up and we need to just try to pilot this thing out of here.
I think splitting up is probably a bad idea, given the creature that we saw on the security.
All right. Then let's just start clearing rooms.
Okay. Cool.
Does anybody? I mean, I assume you guys describe your experiences to me as well. Does anybody have any idea how to combat that like dude that we saw if we were to come across him?
I think we shoot him until hopefully he dies.
All right.
Guns
The
and
old-fashioned way, yeah.
All right, Octagon like agrees to move out with you, and she like you see her reach into her like side pouch, and she rips off a piece of like brown substance and like shoves it up under her cheek.
Okay. So, by the way, as soon as you guys opened the door to this room, several small robots sort of came in and started cleaning up the floor and stuff. It seems like they had been.
With the bridge, or
No. Sorry. The room that Octagon had been in.
oh, okay.
Actually, the bridge as well. Yeah.
So when we leave
Sad.
a room, they come in and clean up, and when we're in there, they're not in there?
So it seems like these rooms have been sealed. And as soon as the doors are opened, several of them come in and begin sweeping up dust and.
Do we? So just on that note, I guess how long is it between the footage we saw on the security camera and now?
Let me give you an answer on that. I think it's been a few days.
Okay.
So is if we show Octagon that video, we're like, is this the guy that's been pursuing you?
I mean, I think it is.
Yeah, that's what she described.
Okay.
I haven't been contradicted by one.
Oh yeah, no, it is.
With more knowledge. Yeah, it's definitely him. That's him, I say.
Yeah. So this was 2 days ago.
Okay.
Can I snag one of the little robots?
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Can I use it to check which other rooms are sealed? It seems to know which rooms are sealed and not sealed on the
Right.
ship.
So do you want to interface with it?
Yeah.
How do you feel about becoming a Roomba, Bastian?
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
Oh,
Not
go.
The Roomba becomes him.
So yeah, give me a hardware check here.
He did it.
Oh, hardware?
Yeah.
Which
I
kind?
They're like
I can
electronic?
help.
There's electronics. There's aerospace, industrial, robotics.
Electronics, or robotics is fine. Oh,
Okay,
you
if it can-
rolled robotics.
If
I
it
feel
can
like-
if it can be electronics, then it passes. If
Okay.
it has to be robotics, then it doesn't pass.
Electronics is just fine. All right, so you plug into it, and immediately your firewall lights up. It seems to be repelling the attack. However, it does seem to indicate to you that this attack is not of exurgent origin.
What kind of origin would it be? I have a academics nanorobotics or something, and academics nanotechnology and academics engineering.
No. So I'll just say on general knowledge, it could just be a conventional virus. It doesn't. This seems a little stronger than that. Other than that, you're not really sure what it could be.
So, what are the options in that situation? If I unplug, presumably, like that's it. It can't get at me anymore. Can I unprogram the virus? Can I like attack it back?
Yeah, you can try to do infosec on it.
Yeah, I'll try to do infosec on it.
Sure.
Get it.
What does it mean if one of your things is in italics on your sheet?
I think that means that you've got some kind of equipment that's making it better. I think it's probably actually your morph gives you a stat bonus. So use the higher one, usually.
Okay. I mean, all right. There's some that like anyway. Okay, so infosec. All right. No.
Okay, yeah. This thing seems to be very fast, very adaptable. As you go after it, you are it seems to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of you at every turn. You do catch, however, like a file name for the root structure. It is called Idris version 0.03.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll unjack from this critter.
Okay.
And Idris was the name of the thing that told us to decontaminate.
Yeah.
Vis-a-vis. So I'll turn to Octagon and say, in the time that you were on the ship, did you have any experience with something called Idris?
Damn you. Octagon says yes. Pretty much all the hardware on this ship seems to have something to do with Idris, and
What do you mean?
well, every system that I've managed to try and access as I was going through, every doorway I tried to open or panel to try and get information, had like the Idris symbol as its current program.
Okay.
Is it
and
supposed to be on the ship? Is it like a virus, or?
Has that
I
been
couldn't
true the
say.
entire time you've been on, or has that changed at some point?
Well, I couldn't say. It's everything I've accessed the whole time it's been here, but there was a great deal of time when I was simply moving about the ship a little more freely. I had to be more subtle and hide and access things later on.
Okay. Then let's get to our examination.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So, which room are you guys going to go to first here?
Start at number 1 and make our way out.
Yeah, let's just take it in some kind of pattern.
Some sort of order.
Yeah, let's use like a 5-dimensional sphere as like.
So, so 3 is basically the whole top half of the ship, or this module, if you see there, and they just are. It seemed to be berths for each of the crew. Each berth contains shower, toilet, bed, desk, a chair, storage, and information like that. You find a berth labeled Al-Mareekh, and quickly looking through it, you find a personal effects containing a quantum computer, which looks like it contains fragmentary research.
Grab that.
Can I get anything out of that?
Sure, yeah, make a researching test.
No.
How much did you fail by? What's your skill?
Let's see. So researching for me is 45 total.
Okay, so a lot of it's fragmentary, and you fail to decode a significant amount of it. However, you do find several entries that denote that Al-Mareekh was able to visit another planet through one of the Pandora gates, and after that, you find several fragmentary references to an entity called Idris.
Okay. So it seems like Idris may actually be from beyond the Pandora gate.
Maybe that's what they brought back. Some kind of
An
AI.
irritating computer program. That's what they brought back.
Isn't everything that's wrong with the world because of some irritating computer programs?
All right, I guess that's fair.
Okay. 4. Do you guys want to keep going?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I keep searching the ship. Is there anything?
Yeah. So as you go around, you guys hit room 5. This is another large berth. It's labeled Dawood. As you enter, let's see a picture here. The room also has been sealed. As you open the door, the robots sort of rush in. I don't have a picture. But as you do there, you can see the room is strewn with empty food packets. And those of you who have mesh inserts, you can see in the AR layer, there is graffiti scrolled across the walls in Arabic. And Piccolo, you notice that without the AR layer, there is also graffiti scrolled across the walls.
I guess, do we know anybody who knows Arabic?
I don't know Arabic.
I only know native Italian and English.
I know something. I have a language.
I do have, like, linguistics.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Roll it.
I have Japanese. In case you run into any.
Success on the linguistics check.
Okay, so Piccolo, you see like there's Arabic words scrolled all across. One of them translates to "There's something worse than me."
Alright. I guess point it out to the rest of the group. I guess I have no way of seeing the AR level.
So that's fine. I mean, they can communicate to you. It's fine. The AR graffiti seems to translate to "Inoculation is not salvation," scrawled across the walls over and over and over and over. In fact, as you inspect the AR graffiti, AR, by the way, is augmented reality. So, like, it's not really there, but like someone has drawn it in the mesh, and now your AR adjusted eyes can see it, overlaid on reality. But so it just says "Inoculation is not salvation" in several layers deep on all of the walls in this room.
Inoculations,
Totally normal.
not salvations.
So now, while you're standing here, you can feel you can hear the cables groan, and all of a sudden there's a lurch, and everything in the rooms spins to the side as there's a snapping noise from outside the ship, and you can feel the ship sort of swing to one side and then stop into position.
Look, if
All right.
it seems like maybe taking this ship out of here isn't the best idea, anyways. If Idris is some AI from beyond one of the Pandora gates, perhaps the safest thing to do is simply to destroy it.
Was that our mission?
I mean, we just need to stack, right?
Well, so
I
right.
thought we were specifically tasked with bringing back whatever it was that had been brought through the Pandora gate.
Without using
Say
I
it.
need that Dr. Stack.
It might be a little risky. We might not have much of a choice. This whole thing might blow away, and at the end of the day, it might be safer to destroy it than let it, drift off into the TQZ.
Well, why don't we just take it back with us?
Assuming we could control it.
As I'm saying, I think we shouldn't underestimate this entity.
I think it's worth a try.
Just saying, we should be prepared for an alternative.
All right. So with that,
Well,
you guys hear another strain, and a pop, and all of a sudden, the ship, you can feel it, break free of the mooring cables beneath you, and the ship sort of bobs. You can all feel the rise and fall in the pit of your stomach, and you can feel the ship is there's no more groaning noises, and with that, we will end tonight.
We're dead.
Oh, balls.
It's all been a dream.
Yeah. Okay. And there may or may not have been a noise at the airlock. We'll see. We'll see if Robin comes back. I think he'll be good.
Fair enough.
Hanging
so.
on to one of the cut
Yeah, one of
moorings.
the cables.
You asshole.
Pull me up!
Okay.
First, give me the lamp.
All right. Very good, guys. I guess we have any questions. I think we're just going to do outro unless you've got something else you guys want to add.
Take us out, Kevin.
I think
All
we're
right.
good stuff.
Well, thanks everybody for watching. This has been Live from Beyond, Million Year Echo, Eclipse Phase. If you've been watching us on Twitch, come check out our YouTube channel. It should be listed down below. And if you're watching us on YouTube, come check us out on our Twitch channel. We play every Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern. And I guess that's it. Thanks, guys, for playing, and we'll see you next week.